All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday, October 19th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy. If you go to Thrive Fantasy or download the app, you can play some of the player props. And if you go to the website, I got some of the props that they're going to be listing here today. They got James Harden at 43.5 with his points, rebounds, and assists, and you can bet the player props on that. And Kevin Durant at for the Brooklyn Nets is points and assist total is at 35.5, so you can bet them over or under. Same thing with James Harden, 43.5 for his points, rebounds, and assists. And also, you can also do the other games. You got Giannis tonight with the Brooklyn Nets and the Bucks. And his total points and assists is 35.5. On the West Coast, Steph Curry, 33.5 total points, and you can bet his over-unders at thrivefantasy.com, or download the app today at thrivefantasy.com. And again, if you go to the App Store, you can see the Thrive Fantasy app. And if you use promo code ATS, you'll get a $100 match bonus. So check it out, thrivefantasy.com, or at the App Store. All right, good morning, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good start to their day. I see that the bullpen is raring to go here on a Monday, a Ruby Tuesday. In fact, if you are live, can you please tweet this and let's get some more people joining the Rain Report. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do it on my Twitter, and I'm also going to load it up on my Facebook. And we'll see if we can get the message out there that we are live each and every morning at 10:30 Eastern. And we go for about 45 minutes, an hour tops. But you can join us each and every day right here at the Rain Report. All right, don't forget, also download that app at thrivefantasy.com. All right, I see a birthday there. My birthday is the 21st of October. Need some winners to buy Grandma a new shiny something something. That is funny. Good morning, Gloria K. OG Wheat. Good morning, OG. Hey, let's get those pearls going today. There's Ball Catch. Let's get some good eating here today from the ATL. So you can see the ATL is very healthy this morning in the bullpen. Mitchell Watson's in the house. There's Sniper from the Peg. How you doing, Snipe? And let me see who else is chiming in. But again, folks, don't forget, you can log in each and every day right here on our YouTube channel. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a sports handicapper who's been in the industry since 1996. I'm going in my 24th season. I wrote a book in 2009 called Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, listed on Amazon, but you could also get it on the website. If you go to atstats.com, go to Tools, go to 50 Greatest Sports Betting Secrets, I give you 30 bonus tips as well. And those bonus tips, you can get them on our YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube channel and you look below the newest videos, you'll see in the month of July, I did the Dog Days of Summer series, and I posted some of my top sports betting tips, and you can view them for free each and every day right there on our YouTube channel. And I'm also the founder of the World Series of Handicapping website. That's right, the World Series of Handicapping. Just like you got the World Series of Poker, well, you also have the World Series of Handicapping. That is part of our network here at ATS. And let's take a look at the leader right now. I think it's still our good friend Yas from Israel. I think Yas from Israel is still leading the pack here. Yeah, there he is, Yas. 28-14. Great job, Yas here. 71.40 units. Trustin Webb, we got a new second place leader. Falchu falling back to fourth place. There's Trustin Webb at 27-15, 56.7 units. And the Phenom. Okay, we'll see if the Phenom does. You know what? He's in a good spot. I like being like it's like a good horse race. You stalk the field, and then once you get close down the stretch, then you make your kill, right? You go for the wire. And I do like where Falchu and the Phenom are listed right there. It's tough when you're leading the pack all season and trying to keep that momentum going. But when you're in second, third place, it's like stalking the field, right? Like a good Kentucky Derby or something like that. All right, so those are your leaders today at the World Series of Handicapping.com. And folks, if you go to the website, I got some more pearls for you here, as I know my good friend OG Wheat likes that saying. If you go to ATS, I brought back the free Raymond report. So you got Bud Light and Miller Light. Well, you also got the Raymond Report Light. That's what I ate. I'll use that analogy with beer, right? So if you go to the front page of ATS Stats, and let's say you go to free NFL Stats, that's right, you get the Rain Report Light version. You'll see it right there, Rain Report Light version. And you get the forecast, you get the last 5 games, the chance of winning. It's a lighter version. I love this version, and I'm glad to bring it back. And at the end, this is my favorite part here at the end. I give you guys some. I know Gloria K and Peyton Sports Girl. They love these trends are your friends, and I know a lot of people else like them. But if you go at the bottom here, you get some good trends are your friends right down here on each of the matchups. And this is all free. And if you just click on any of the matchups here, like CFL, MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL, and college football, you will get all the free Raymond Report Light, the free version, right here at atsstats.com. In fact, look at that, some more trends here in the National Basketball Association, which kicks off tonight with 2 good games. You got the Nets taking on the Bucks, and you got the Warriors taking on the LA Lakers. All right, I want to say good morning here to Plant-Based Junkie. Plant-Based is in the house. And we got Quentin Johnson going back to Colorado. Can't wait to begin to bet again. I missed out on some good games, says Quentin. Let's go Dodgers, says Plant-Based Junkie. Hey, best pick on the board today. Great value at plus 123. And Mitchell, read Ron's book. You'll enjoy it. Thank you, Gloria Kate, for the plug. All right, so there you have it. That is some of the free stuff that we're giving out here today on the Rain Report. Again, check out the Rain Report Light version stats. You're gonna love them. It's a good. If you believe in the fundamentals of the Rain Report, and that is finding value, the percentage play, and the performance cycles, you're gonna love the Rain Report Light version. And folks, like I say all the time, how do you handicap the last 10 seconds of an NBA game? How do you handicap overtime in football, in hockey? It's all these situational handicapping things that we talk about here each and every day. The percentage play, right? The goalposts have changed in sports betting, and you look. And this is why when we talk about the Rain Report, we talk about 2 types of money management, right? If you're a member here at ATS Stats and you go to the any of the matchup page, let's say we go to the NBA or NHL picks. You're going to notice there's 2 types of money management. I call this my action investment, your beer and pizza money picks, and then the premium picks, right? Those are listed in the premium section right here at atsstats.com. And you shouldn't be betting the same amount on every game, right? You need your beer and pizza money wagers, and then a couple times a week you go for your investment picks, right? And that's how you stay in the game, right? Keep your name in the game, and that's how you stay in the game when you are wagering in sports. Again, you can't bet every game the same units because you will get hammered in the long run. All right, a little tip right there on a Ruby Tuesday. Hey, I like Ruby Tuesdays, or I just like saying Ruby Tuesday. What else we got here? Again, if you are new to the Rain Report, this is a sports betting podcast trying to help the new person that's coming into the industry and has no clue where to get started. And again, this is one of my best examples is just remember the time when you came into the sports betting industry and you saw all these acronyms, right? SU, ATS, OU, what does this all stand for, right? And it's if you go on Google and you do like acronyms for sports betting, you'll see there's a lot of them there. But SU straight up, ATS against the spread, OU over unders. But if you are new, this is the place to be. And if you want to learn about the Rain Report, check out the tutorials here at atsstats.com. Go to tools, go to ATS tutorials, and I got a lot of videos right here. 18 videos to learn about the system. And this way, now you got the free stats to compare. So this way it helps you out when you are doing your handicapping. All right, as we always do, the objective of the show is to get you to the winner's circle tonight so you can get to a cash out Monday. Hopefully people are able to cash out on a Monday. It's tough to cash out every Monday. It would be nice, but sometimes you got to wait another Monday to cash out, right? So again, we talked about the videos, we talked about the tutorials, and let's get to the free horse racing tip of the day. As we do each and every day when we start our show, we talk about horse racing. We give you one free pick because we always got to pay our respect to the horse racing industry. That's where it all started for me anyways. Indiana Grand is the free tip sheet of the day today at atsstats.com. If you go to horses, go to pull down menu, free tip sheet. And in the pull-down menu, go to Indiana Grand for October 19th. Race number 1 is a $16,500 starter optional claiming race. 2:25 post time today at Indiana Grand. 1 mile on the dirt. And we are going to recommend in race number 1. Wow, look at that, the second place. 125 in race number 1 today at Indiana Grand. The one horse, Easy Doer, with Ouse taking a ride here on the Easy Doer, 5-1 morning line. The number 2 horse at 30-1, Comfort Me Now, Rodriguez taking a ride here on Comfort Me Now. And the number 5 horse, Derby Express, 6-1 morning line on Derby Express. Pedroza taking a ride here on the number 5 horse. And your Joker's play of the day, your value play of the day, is the 4 horse Hopped Up, with DL Parker taking a ride on Hopped Up. And we'll see if he hops up to the winner's circle and the wire today at Indiana Grand. 125 is your recommendation if you're going to play an exacta today at Indiana Grand, race number 1, post time 2:25. I'm going to recommend 1-2-2-5-5-4 exacta box. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 1-2-5-4-2-5 trifecta box. Always remember to box those horses. And if you're going to play the Joker, the value play of the day, the number 4 horse Hopped Up. Always recommend the Double Dutch betting system, and that is if you have a $20 budget per race, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 4 Hopped Up. This way, he comes in first, you get paid twice. He comes in second, you get paid once. All right, there you have it. Those are your free play of the day today at Indiana Grand. And again, if you want the entire tip sheet today at ATS Stats for Indiana Grand, go to the horses free tip sheet in the pull down menu. Go to Indiana Grand, and if you want the other premium tip sheets, go to horses premium tip sheet, and then once you get to the next page, you'll see the pull down menu. Finger Lakes, Fort Erie, Grants Pass, Indiana Grand, Laurel Park, Latin America, American Simulcast or Simulcast, Mountaineer Park, Parks Racing, Penn National, Presque Isle Downs, Zaya Park. Those are your premium tip sheets today for horse racing. All right, let's get to the next one here. We're going to talk about the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And before I do, I'm going to say hi to some of the ramblers and gamblers who are tumbling and stumbling into the bullpen. That's what we call our chat box. So every time you hear me talk about the ramblers and gamblers or the bullpen, those are the people who are posting into our chat box. And good morning, Mark Nations. I see you there, Mark. A little late, but he's here to the show. Chad, our buddy from Saskatchewan, Corner Gas. Hey, Corner Gas is in the house in the bullpen. Good morning, ladies. Ron the man and Rusty. The corner is ready. Hey, he's got the store. He's open for business today. Chad is. Chemical Babies. I finally get to catch you live. Nice. Chemical Babies in the house, and welcome to the show, Chemical Babies. Chad, yep. Toronto killed me. Yeah, Toronto was the man. They ran into a buzzsaw of a goalie last night. Shesterkin. Man, he was just. Sometimes you just gotta tip your hat when a goalie plays that well. He's doing really well, and he got us last night. And but hopefully you had the beer and pizza money on the Blues, because we were not singing the Blues last night. We were getting the Blues, right? We were getting the money. All right, OG Week. I used to take my son to the racetrack when he was 5. Now I'm going to golf tournaments. Yeah, that's a good trade-off right there. Hey, you can do both though, Gloria. Just starting getting good thanks. I'm asking the little Dodgers today, says OG Wheat. I made all my picks at hockeypicks.com, and don't forget to kick save. Looking at yesterday's finals, I'm glad I did. Sniper would have gone 1-3. Says Sniper with a laugh. Nice. All right, so what do we got next on that? Oh, yeah, the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And again, if you are new to the Rain Report, I look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, like I do the Dow Jones Industrial. This is where you got to keep your finger on the pulse and see what has come in the last few days. And let's take a look at the NHL and what's come in the NHL. And again, I'm going to go through the NHL segment on puck line, but yeah, you want to bet some puck lines early in the NHL on underdogs, because they are smiling like a butcher's dog this morning. All right, let's take a look here on favorites so far. Yeah, pretty much in the last 7 days, 50% of the favorites have come in, 49.3. Last night, 2-2. Good trade-off right there. 9-5 on Saturday for the favorites. And again, this is what we do here at the Ram Report. We take a look at what's come in, right? Because if you have like 7 days of favorites all coming in, then you got yourself maybe an underdog night coming in, or an underdog day, and then you can maybe load up on some underdogs, or vice versa. If underdogs are coming in, then you want to look at favorites. But as you can see right here, the favorites in the last 7 days, 50.7, but we haven't, I think today is the 7th day, right? I think today is officially the 7th day since we started on the 12th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in the books in the NHL. All right, and NFL. How about those? How about that Tennessee Titan call last night on the computer pick? Hey, that was a pretty good call. That's a gutsy call right there, Tennessee. It broke my heart though because I'm a Bills fan. But there's something about Tennessee and seeing Vrabel do that Tennessee. If you're a long life Buffalo Bills fan and you saw the Tennessee Miracle back in the day, they try to relive that last night. Hey, you got to appreciate the history of Vrabel trying to go back in history, go back in time, and do that. The off the kickoff or the punt, was it? And you throw it back and it goes back the other way. But it didn't work this time, And I still think that was offside back in, was it 96 or 98 or something like that? 94. I thought that was offside back then too. And, you see all these line versions and, it's like, give me a break. All right, let's take a look at the NFL. This weekend in the NFL, look at that. 71.4% of the favorites have cashed in the NFL this week number 6, but not against the point spread. If you look against the point spread, maybe on Sunday when a lot of the favorites went 8-4 for 67%, but last night the underdog made it go back into the neutral. And neutral is what, 57.2. Wow, look at that. So in order to be in a bearish or a bullish market, we got to be at 57.2, and we're at 57.1. So, you know what? Depending on how you look at it, we could say we are in a bullish market for favorites. So be careful. I got a feeling the favorites might make a little run here. I'm gonna have to look at my my database and look at the last 3-4 years to see how after say week 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If the pretenders and contenders, right? I think we're at that point now. We know who's who in the zoo, and we know. When you play football in the month of October, November, that's where it really plays out, right? You can either, be a contender or you can be a pretender, and I think that's where it's going to be at right now. All right, let's take a look at college football. So just a quick look on the over-unders this week in the NFL. You can see in week 6, it was a good week for the unders. 53.3% of the unders cashed in, 40% of the overs. But look at last week, right? And I say this all the time. What goes up must come down. In week 5, 62.5% of the overs came in. And then this weekend, only 40%. So, again, what goes up must come down. And if you bet the unders this week in the NFL, you did all right. You know what? I'll be honest. I don't think I've bet a lot of totals this year. With just so much sports going on in college football, NFL, and I know the totals are there's some good value out there. But when you're betting, you can't do it all. Like we're almost to the point. If you're betting every sport, NBA, NHL, MLB, man, I wouldn't even sleep if I have to research all that, right? And then I think I'm gonna do a show. I'm going to do a show one day on, I've got some things in my head that, when they're circulating up there, I like to get them out either on as a tool, but, I'll go through it real quickly. If you looked at Major League Baseball this year, what did we always talk about? Those under the radar teams, right? The teams that really, they just kept winning and there was value in them, right? The Seattle Mariners, Tampa Bay, their price was always okay. That's because the Cash did a great job rotating the pitchers. But Seattle, San Francisco, another great example, right? So if you look at any season like NHL, MLB, and all these seasons, try to zoom in on those 3 to 4 under the radar value teams. And I'm going to do that at the beginning of the NBA to see if there's a way. If there's a lot of value in some of these under the radar teams that I'm going to track. So I just wanted to get that out there. I think, with the NBA season starting, I think you want to really, put a toe in the water here. You don't want to start going belly flopping right into the NBA and start going crazy. You really got to, test the waters and less is more. The one thing I'll do say, anytime you get a new season, NBA, NHL, you want to test the waters. Don't go crazy with your bankroll because, you want to be in this for the long run, right? You want to have fun. You got to have fun doing this, right? I say it all the time in coaching. My 2 golden rules of coaching football to all the coaches I talk to, and if you're a coach, these are my golden rules. Number 1, make sure whatever you're doing and you're coaching, you have to have fun. If you don't have fun, then why are you doing it, right? And number 2, It has to be rewarding and not financially. It has to be rewarding in growth. Kids grow, your coaches grow, the organization grows. It has to be rewarding in that aspect, right? So those are like two of my golden rules of coaching football, and it could be anything, really. It could be anything, even in sports betting, right? You got to have fun, and you got to grow and make money. All right, college football. Look at this, 76.5%. But you know what? We've been at 76 all year. 83 week one, 79, 85. So the favorites, I say this all the time. In college football, favorites win between 70 and 80% straight up all the time. It's the point spread. You really, you got to figure it out, right? That's the caramel secret. If you can figure out the caramel secret in the college football, then, but less is more. It's, again, here we go again, right? Now you got college football, NFL, NHL, NBA. When do you sleep? When does somebody ever get to go to bed? Like I'm noticing my sleeping habits the last couple of nights, like, going to bed late, waking up an hour later. Later. So it's trying to get back in my daily routine, right? I always say the most important thing in your life is your daily routine. And, it's just, we're getting bombarded with a lot of action right now. And this is why I always say proper money management. Don't overdo it. And just sometimes you got to scale back and take a break. If you feel overwhelmed at times, it's always good to scale back, take a break, and reset the old reset button, right? College football, the unders this weekend in week number 8, 62.7% of the games have gone under. Now, is that because the weather's changing a bit? Teams are playing more defense. And then when you get to week number 8 in college football or even the NFL, good coaches out there, right? Good college football coaches, good NFL coaches, and what do? They watch film. And once coaches watch film and they pick up tendencies of certain teams, players, certain players. And one of the biggest tendency that me as a football coach, when I'm scouting another team, I look at receivers. Receivers will always tell you if it's a run or a play. Not always, but most of the time. If a receiver is if it's a run, he's not going out and he's not giving 100%, and he's always looking back at the line of scrimmage. If it's a pass, watch out. Watch out. Then it's highlight time, right? That's when he thinks he's going to be on the highlight reel. But normally receivers, if you watch a football game, watch receivers. They'll tell you if it's a run or a pass. The good receivers will act as if you just don't know if it's a run or pass. The lazy ones, if it's a run, they're just going to dog it, right? They're not going to dog it. They're not going to go out. And especially if it's a run to the opposite side of the field, they're not even going to go and try to get the safety or anything like that to block, right? So a little coaching 101 here today on the Rain Report. All right, against the point spread, we can see here, neutral market the last 4 weeks. So again, I said this yesterday, watch out for, I think favorites are due. The due factor for favorites, the only time the favorites won in college football was week 1. And I think that was only week because when it was only 6 games. But look at the favorites. The favorites have not really, had their week in college football. So watch out in college football week for favorites. Watch out for favorites. All right, there's Miss Denica. She's in the house. And Anthony Holloman's in the house. Southpaw, how you doing, Southpaw? And let me see, did I miss anybody here? Telly's in the house. Blockchain, boy, how you doing, Blockchain? Let's go, Raymond. Let's go. Hey. Let's go get that cash today, as my good friend Bald Cash would say. Hey, Bald Cash, let's go get that cash today in the ATL. Let's go get that cash off your guy today. All right, so those are some of the SBI here today for major NFL, college football. So here's one thing I like to do too. I like to go to our market value index, and again, I'm big in market psychology when it comes to the betting public. I think it's important to know, it's like the stock market, right? When we're in a bear market, we're in a bullish market, you got to know what's coming in. You got to, and my good friend Ross Benjamin says it all the time, think like a bookmaker. What's the bookmaker thinking right now in the NHL? I'm going NHL because we got a week in the books, so we do have some numbers to play with. And I'm going to show you a little tool here from a, it's like, they have these toy stores for kids now. They call their mind something with puzzles and, really something to stimulate their minds and get their minds active and all that. This is the same type of thing I do here for the sports bettors, and I use color coded, right? I'm very visual person, and in order to, when I see a bunch of numbers, how am I going to distinguish, how am I going to decipher that, right? And how am I going to really analyze and pull the pearls out of there, right? AOG, how am I going to pull the pearls out when I'm looking at the numbers, right? So what I'm looking at right now is called the Market Value Index. And what it is, it's basically a tool that tells you which team is bullish. So teams that are, they're very well, they're on a good streak, but their value is really too high. So from a market psychology, the bookmakers know that. So they're gonna, it's like my pizza analogy, right? You're gonna get that 2-for-1 pizza, or you're gonna get that $40 deluxe pizza, right? It's still pizza at the end of the day, but it's just, are you gonna overpay for something? So this is like a value chart. So now if I look at and it's still a little bit early, there's only a week in. Some like teams like New Jersey's only played one game. Do you believe that? We've been 7 days into the NHL, and teams like New Jersey, San Jose have only played one game. The Boston Bruins, only played one game. But the thing is, the thing I don't like about this is that, then you're going to get Boston playing like 3 games in 5 nights, right? And, it's a schedule thing. But these teams in green, these are your bullish teams right now. These are teams that I find have less value because they're on a good run, and they're bullish right now. So New Jersey, Minnesota, St. Louis, Edmonton, Columbus, San Jose, Carolina, Florida, Boston, and Buffalo. Those are your the team like Buffalo. When I look at this list, which team, one of these things ain't like the other, right? Which one of these teams should not be like if we look back in a month from now, is Buffalo still going to be here? What else? The team Columbus. Will Columbus still be here? Edmonton will be there. St. Louis, Minnesota, will New Jersey still be there? So these are, those are 3 teams right off the hop that I think will they still be bullish in another 2 to 3 weeks, right? Here's your neutral teams. These are the teams that, you can be, you can take them with a grain of salt. You're on or off them, and the value is neutral from a market psychology point of view. And these bearish teams, these are teams that are off to a really bad start, and some of them are really good teams. Like I think of Montreal. Here's the team that went to the Stanley Cup last year. Okay, they're missing a lot of pieces of the puzzle in nets. Carey Price is out, Shea Weber's out. Like there's a lot of good players out in Montreal. So that's maybe one reason. I still think they're a small team. Like I know I said that last week, and then small team. It remind me back of the Gianta years when Montreal looked small back then. Arizona, they're the bearish. Winnipeg, what are they doing in the bearish, right? I think they're a better team. Chicago, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. We'll see tonight. Nashville, Islanders don't, to me are a pretty good hockey team. So these are the things that I look at when I look at the bear cycle. Teams like Islanders and eventually Montreal is going to get out of there. But to Winnipeg. So Montreal and Islanders, I look for value, right? And when I look at all these teams here, I see the Islanders and I see Winnipeg that are 2 value teams that I think that could bring you a lot of value from a market psychology point of view, right? So anyways, and then once the NBA gets going, we can do that in the NBA. It's like the NFL. Let me do the NFL real quickly, and then we'll get on to Major League Baseball. How are we doing for time here? I don't like to overdo our podcast here. But, all right, so and what I do is I normally hit the confidence level right here. These are the teams that are bullish, neutral, and bearish in the NFL. And it's gonna, once you hit the confidence level, there you go. Oh, I got it the wrong way. Let's go. I want the bullish teams on top first, and it just takes a few seconds to generate the stats right there. Still okay. So it doesn't want to give me, not playing right. All right. So look at the bullish teams right now: Dallas, Green Bay, Baltimore, Arizona. Can you argue with that? Hey, who's gonna argue with that? All those 4 teams right there. You're gonna overpay for those teams right now. This is where sometimes you look at a line and you're saying, okay, these are this is the public favorite teams right now: Dallas, Packers, Ravens, and Cardinals. And look at the quarterbacks. Dak, Rodgers, Lamar, and Kyler Murray. Right? Look at those 4 quarterbacks right there. Now those are your bullish teams right here. Now we got a lot of neutral teams, which I like. You know why I like this is because from a market psychology point of view, you and the bookmaker are in a neutral state of mind here with these teams, right? It can go either way. Point spread wise, I'm not talking wins here. I'm talking to the point spread, against the point spread. Some of these teams you can take with you just, and it all depends who they're playing, right? It all depends who they're playing. But these are your neutral teams, and then teams that you probably wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole right now: Detroit, Texans, Dolphins, 49ers, Broncos, and Panthers. And here's the thing: these last 3 teams. These teams here, I think there's value in these teams. But I think there's super value in Detroit, Texans, and Dolphins because what's the public sentiment on those teams right now, right? they're not going to win another game all year. That's probably 80% of what the betting public's thinking, that these three teams are never going to win another game all year the way they're playing. The bookmakers know that, so they play that to the public's psychology, and that's why they can play with the line, right? So this is always a good tool to use, and I think if you use this tool, I think it'll help you with your sports handicapping tonight or this week. All right, let me get on to the next topic here. And the next topic is SBI, review the markets. Major League Baseball, let's get on to those two games here today. We had a nice win yesterday with the Boston Red Sox. Hopefully you guys played that. I didn't give it out as a pick. I forgot to put it in as a pick, so I apologize for that. But I gave it out on the show yesterday. And again, Monday, Tuesdays are very busy days here at the Rain Report, generating stats. I looked at the computer pick this morning, and I said, wow, is it the Rams and the Falcons playing here? This was a high-scoring affair. Look at that, 14-12. So the computer pick, and it's based on 10 games in the database. Normally, you'll see like 2 or 3. When I saw 10 games, I said, okay, what's going on here? How come we're getting a high score from the computer here today? And you know what? It is what it is. Sometimes it generates a high-scoring game, and I like that, because if it does come in, and if it does go 14-12 or 14, something stupid, then I can say, all right, hey, you know what? Formula works, right? So we'll see tonight if it really works. Charlie Morton going up against Walker Buehler's day off here today, the old veteran, Charlie Morton. And the bookmakers have made the Dodgers a 167 favorite. The over-under is at 7.5. ATS forecast, again, like I said, 14-12. I don't know if it's going to be that. I don't see 26 runs, but hey, it's the playoffs, right? And who would have thought that? Who would have thought the Boston Red Sox would have hit 3 grand slams in a series, right? So you just never know. But anytime you get into Major League Baseball and you get into the playoffs, for me, analytics, you can take it with a grain of salt. Win streaks, it's all about momentum and value. When I handicap in pitching, when I handicap baseball, and I say pitching, and I got to say that lightly because it seems like the managers have a short hook these days, right? It seems like starters don't get past the third inning these days in the last couple of games. So you got to be careful with that. And we'll see if the pitchers, and you know what? Pitchers are getting dead arms right now. They've been going at it since, you think about it, last March, right? Training camp. So a lot of these pitchers could be getting dead arms. Think about this. If you're a Major League Baseball pitcher and you pitch like, 90, 95, or 100, and you've been going at it since March, you're going to have like a Popeye arm, eh? Hey, remember Popeye? Hey, some of these pitchers come in there with a big arm. But, it's just, man, I don't know how they do it sometimes. And that's why you see a lot of pitchers, have Tommy John surgery. It's just, it's a lot of, in your pitching tendons, right? Like in your arms. Man, it's just, I don't know how some of these guys do it. And Charlie Moore has been doing this for a long, long time. But when Walker Buehler goes for the Dodgers, they are 23-12. And Atlanta is 18-17 in Charlie Morton start. But that doesn't mean nothing to me. I think going into this game, you look at, sometimes teams just find a way to win, right? The Atlanta Braves, they just keep finding ways to win. And you look at the first 2 games in Atlanta, it was 3-2 win for the Braves and then a 5-4 win. So Atlanta's got a 2-0 lead. Now, the bad news is they got to go play 3 in Dodger Stadium. And those are tough places to win ball games. And you got a lot of experience with the LA Dodgers. Now, the last couple of games, so if we look at the last 3 starts for the Atlanta Braves at Dodger Stadium, it was a 5-3 win for the Dodgers, a 3-2 win, and a 4-3 win. And it was Urias, Buehler, and Scherzer in August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. So I wonder if that's going to be playing in the minds of the Atlanta Braves going here today. Minus 167. That seems like a high price for a pitcher who, he's going to... I don't see Walker Buehler going 5 innings. I don't see a lot of pitchers these days going 5 innings. And you got a veteran like Charlie Morton. I think the total, you know what? This is a tough one. This is a very, very tough game. I like the value in the Atlanta Braves, but the fact that they haven't won in their last 3 starts at Dodger Stadium, is this going to be a homer series? I think when in doubt, get out. I'm not going to touch this game, and I don't even have a lean. It's hey, sometimes it's a coin flip, right? When you look at these games, you just get that feeling. And going back to LA, I don't like the veteran team like the Dodgers. Atlanta, they got 2 at home. Now they're going to LA. They got to get one. To me, Atlanta's got to win one of the 3. If they get one of the 3, then they're up 3 whatever, and then just win one of game 6 or 7 at home. They could be all right. All All right, Zach Greinke going up against Nick Pivetta of the Boston Red Sox. Now, Pivetta, if I go look at his last couple of starts, I don't think they've been, let me see, brilliant, eh? Samuel Adams, brilliant. Let me see here, Nick Pivetta, last couple of starts. So 1 inning against Washington, October 3rd, and then September 30th. So not a lot of starts. Yeah, so Nick Pivetta, not... This could be a game for Houston, but, Houston going with Greinke. When was the last time Greinke pitched? Let me take a look here at Greinke, Zach Greinke. His last game he started, October 3rd as well. So you got two pitchers who haven't pitched in a while, almost like 3 weeks break. It might help Greinke because he's the older veteran, right? Yeah. Seattle, Philly. Yeah, that was a mistake, Ball Cash. I talked to the programmer about that. That's because you get a new team in the leagues and it messes up the program. But looking at Boston, minus 120, and Houston, plus 110, right? I think there's value here. If I'm going to play any of the games, I think Houston or the over might be the play here today. But, the thing I don't like about the over is that everything's gone over, right? And, 24% chance of going over the total. So I think the value is out the window there. What's the total in that game? 9. I like Houston. I think Houston here, from a value perspective, I had minus 163, and you're getting 110. The chance of winning, 54%. So the value percentage play, if I were to play one game today in Major League Baseball, and again, I don't play a lot of baseball playoff games. It's just, it's sometimes the value's gone, right? And especially when the series get a little deeper. But I do like Houston today. I don't think Houston gets swept. Yeah, exactly. How about those Sabres? Yeah, Buffalo's looking really good. Hey, Buffalo's looking really good right now. I appreciate you, S. Baz. Hey, thank you, S. Baz. Appreciate you for posting that. Great call on the Titans last night, plus 6.5. Yep. Hey, every dog finds a bone sometime, right? So we were able to find a bone yesterday in Tennessee. All right, those are my baseball selections or previews and handicapping today for October 19th, a Ruby Tuesday. How are you guys doing out there today? You having a good Tuesday? You have your coffee? Hey, are you walking the 18th with Gloria K there and where is she again? In Wisconsin, or was it? Or was it in Phoenix, Gloria? Hey, she's walking the PGA Tour there. So that's it's always fun, right? All right, let's get to the next one. Let's do the, let me see, what did I have on the schedule? NBA. I think we're doing NBA next here. Let me see, NBA. Where's the, NBA. Let's go to NBA basketball. Now, again, because the season just started, we won't have a lot of data on this, but we'll have some. We got some. And then I'll look at the free stats. I'll show you guys something on the free stats. So, looking at tonight's NBA basketball games, you got the Bucks taking on the Nets. Now, let me take a look at the starting lineup here for your Milwaukee Bucks. Let me go to the Bucks here, and let me see the projected starting lineup. So, you got Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, you got Middleton, Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, and then for the Brooklyn Nets, you got James Harden, Joe Harris, Bruce Brown, Kevin Durant, and Aldridge, LaMarcus Aldridge. All right, now, this game reminds me a bit. Remember last year when Atlanta played Brooklyn, and it was a 2-game series, and I think Brooklyn won the first one, Atlanta won, but it was just nobody ever gave Atlanta a shot last year, right? But now you got two really good basketball teams going here tonight. -1, you got defending champions opening night. The crowd's going to be pumped. Not sure if they got any banner raising things going or rings. I don't think the rings are there yet. They do these ring ceremonies. But going in tonight, Brooklyn, we have 102.1 to 100.2. The over/under at 202.38. I'm not going to touch this game. I don't like this game here. Again, it's like putting a foot in the pool, right? You just want to feel the water, and it's very important not to get crazy. Do not go nuts betting NBA the first couple of nights. Let's see who's who in the zoo, right? And don't base anything off preseason basketball, because that's exactly what that is, preseason. And 75.2% chance of winning here straight up against 30%. Now, I talked to the programmer, and we're going to have the new forecast for basketball ready in a week or two. So we're still not ready there yet. And if anybody's wondering what he's talking about, if you go to the front page of ATS, you'll see we have a new system forecast, which goes back in time and grabs all the situations, the line, the totals of all the past teams, and it gives you a breakdown of what the line should be, or what the total score should be on this game. And it also gives you the chance of winning, chance of covering, and the over-under on that game based on past performance of the exact situation both teams are facing going into a game. And that's with the line and also the situational handicapping. But looking at this game here, and you look at the history, the last time these two teams met, it was the playoffs, right? It was 115-111. Now, was that a sweep here? I don't know if it was a sweep. Or did it go 7? Can't remember. I think it did go 7. Yeah, so 5, 7, 10, 30. Yeah, I think it went 7 games, right? 115-111 was the final score. And looking at some of the other stats and trends going into tonight. Again, I don't have a lot of stats and trends. So they play Philadelphia in their next game for the Brooklyn Nets. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, they're playing Miami. So both teams got some, Miami's a good look-ahead situation. And so is Philly. So two teams that have big games on deck. But this one here is a big one too, right? I'm going to go with the forecast in this one. 202. I don't know if it's going to go 202. But I'm going to go Milwaukee in this one. If I was to play this, I'll have a lean on Milwaukee. Just a lean. All right, I'm going to go now and look at the Golden State. And again, folks, don't forget, make your picks at bballpicks.com. This site here is it's one of our sister sites. It's the same as hockey picks that you see here and bullpen picks and Hail Mary picks. We got a pick site for all our sports, right? This is the one we keep track for basketball. It's called bballpicks.com. So if you go to bballpicks.com, sign up. It's free to play, free to join, and follow the top pickers. And what we do here is we track straight up. It's not against the point spread. Against the point spread, just too many headaches. And the thing is, to be honest, it'd be the records wouldn't be as great as straight up, right? So we were trying to find, and the way sports betting is going lately, I talk to a lot of bettors and handicappers, and a lot of people are changing their habits the way they bet on sports, right? You're seeing a lot of money line sports, and this will be a good site. Whenever you get a game like tonight, Milwaukee against the Brooklyn Nets, you get a line like -1. That's a pick'em line, right? And if you follow a good handicapper, and he's betting his selection, so let's say like tonight, I like I'll make my picks right now. I like Milwaukee, but at 53%. Let's go 53. If I can get the line of it. And I like Golden State. I think Golden State goes in, pulls the upset tonight on the Lakers show. I'm going to go Golden State 55%. I'm going to click on Slam Dunk Save. Then I'm going to go view my picks. And you can see people I'm not the only one. Look at that. 3 people have already voted on Golden State. So I'm not the only one thinking that, this could be a smoke screen here tonight on the Lakers, right? All right, they signed Westbrook and they got, AD, they got LeBron. But, hey, I think last year wasn't a great season for Golden State, better than the year before. But I think that this team is going to be much better this year. And I think Golden State is where you want to be on here tonight. Now, looking at the forecast, -3 is the line here from the bookmakers. The over-under set at 226. ATS forecast, leaning, look at the score here. 110.93 for the Warriors, 110.76 for the Lakers. Over-under set at 221.69. So it does like it to go under the total. But I do like Golden State here tonight, even though the chance of winning is at 35%. Now, the chance of covering shows 0. That's because there's no, it's game 1. We need at least 4 games in the system before the chance of covering, the law of average theory and the Kogo starts kicking in. So give me Golden State. If I were to play tonight game, of the 2 games, I think Golden State plus 3.5 is where you want to lean. All right, let me see what else is saying here. All right, so let's take a look down here. Ball cash, you might change my pick. Great call on the Titans. I appreciate you. Dodgers, plant-based Sabres, Astros, Des Moines, Iowa. Oh, yeah, Des Moines. Okay. Loving Wednesday's NBA and Sunday NFL coming up. Yeah, we got a good NFL. We got a good NBA card tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of games in the NBA. What's everyone's thoughts on the Nets and Bucks total? Lots of emotions. Anthony Holloman, Nets under. So you guys are on the under. Why the under? Champions in their first game next season sometimes come out a little slow. Yeah, just like Tampa Bay Lightning, right? That's a good handicapping angle. Normally there's so much hype, and sometimes you don't meet that expectation, right? And we'll see. That's why I'm not touching that game. And this is why, when I've been this, like I say all the time, this is not my first barbecue, right? This is not the first the kick of the cat here. Not, we don't kick cats here. Just so don't put a disclaimer there. I don't need, some PETA group there emailing me. Just a saying. We just don't want, we don't want to be falling into that trap. And I think you got to be very careful if you're going to bet the Nets and the Bucks game, right? All right, let me see here. Alex Cora and this current Red Sox ownership is not the organization the entire MLB wants to disrespect, and whose reputation you want to tarnish again with a scandal because of a Cora political statement, says Jennifer. I didn't see anything. Was there something that said this morning? Alex Cora and this current Red Sox owner is not the organization the entire media want to disrespect, or those reputation want to tarnish again. Cora, yeah, you know what? Cora is a good manager. Alex Cora, I don't know what happened in the month of August or whatever it was that they went through their bit of a hiccup, but we saw the way the Boston Red Sox started out of the gate, right? And Alex Cora is a really good manager. And sometimes when you get the playoffs, the switch goes on, and you're seeing the switch go on for the Boston Red Sox. So Boston looking really good right now. And remember, we said that prior to the series. All right, Golden State +3. That's your play of the day. Let's go to the rain report for the NHL hockey. In fact, I'll do the computer pick because there's way too many. Let me see here. Let me check out the NHL. Free NHL stats. So if you go to a website, you go to free NHL stat, you'll see that we have our stats and trends. I don't know if they're not coming up on the NHL. I'll have to talk to my programmer about that. Let's go to computer pick. It'll be easier this way. Cora said something about Trump. Okay, I didn't see that. That must have been coming out today or something like that. No, I didn't see that at all. But, oh well. Hey, we stick to sports, right? Gotta stick to sports. Don't get into political infighting. All right, New Jersey taking on the Seattle Kraken. Now the Devils a 156 favorite. The over/under set at 5.5. And let me take a look at the starting probable goalies tonight. The one thing with the NHL now, it's they don't tip their hand in goalies, right? So it looks like you know what? If I don't have it confirmed, I'm not going to give out the name because I don't want to. We don't know. We just don't know, right? All right, I'm picking those things. All right, let me see here. Seattle taking on New Jersey. We got the Devils winning 2.97 to 2.84. The over/under at 5.81. Now, if you've been following the channel here, I'm going to be showing you guys something here in one of my favorite systems in the NHL. It's 3-1 so far this year, and I'm just going to bring over the database over here. Let me go right here, and let me go to database, and let me go to super database, and let me go to NHL. I'm going to show you guys a system that I keep track of, and it's 3-1. So what you want to do is play on teams coming off a 1-goal loss, favorites. Favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. Where is it? Right here. So far this year, I think it's 3-1. And we're going to keep an eye out on this. I know my good friend Isaiah loves this system here. All right. Favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. It's 3-1, I believe, on the year. Yeah, 3-1. Overs 3-1. So you can see Philly beating the Kraken 6-1. Pittsburgh 5-2. And look at that. They're blowouts, right? Montreal 5-1. That was a loss, I believe. And then Toronto 3-1. So this is a really good system. And the system's live for 2 games here tonight. Washington against Tampa Bay. Washington minus 116. And where is it? Right here. Washington against Colorado. They're not a favorite. Okay. I thought they were a favorite this morning. Okay, maybe not. So what's the other one? There was another one here. Another favorite. Let me go look here. Who's coming off? Oh, Nashville, 141. So there's only one system today. Favorites coming off a 1-goal loss, and Nashville Predators minus 141. This is a pretty good system. I really thought Washington was the favorite here. That's a little surprising to see the Caps as an underdog. I thought this morning I saw it anyways. We got New Jersey beating the Kraken 2.9 to 2.8. Over/under landing on 5.81. Now, be careful in this game. Seattle got embarrassed last night in Philly 6-1, so they're going to come out. And the good thing for Seattle, they don't have a couple days to think about that loss. They get right back at it tonight at the Prudential Center in New Jersey. San Jose taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, Montreal's feeling the pressure now. 0-3 to start the year, losing the home opener in front of a Montreal crowd on a Saturday night. That did not sit well with Ducharme, the head coach. I look for Montreal to be more. Here's the thing. Yeah, everybody's going to want to show up and play good, but the pressure until you win, the pressure keeps mounting, and I'm going to see how Montreal plays under pressure. You know, when you look at in handicapping, we call it the do factor, right? Montreal's due to win. They got embarrassed, 3-1 on opening night. It was a packed house, first time ever in a couple of years, and they pooped the bed, right? It was a 3-1 loss, and again, Rangers Shesterkin, was it Shesterkin? I think it was in nets, or Georgiev. But I think it was Shesterkin. But this goalie Shesterkin is showing early Vezina conversations, right? But Montreal, I'm not going to touch this game. This Montreal team is desperate. They're gripping as they say in hockey, they're gripping their sticks because they're feeling the pressure of getting that win. And the bad news is they're San Jose coming in already with a victory. They're coming off a 4-3 win over Winnipeg, and both teams playing on 2 days rest. So we'll see tonight. I don't know who I'm going to take in that game. I'll have to check my hockey picks later on. I don't know. We'll see. Tampa Bay taking on the Florida Panthers. This is going to be a great matchup. I always love the Battle of Florida. You got the Bolts taking on the Panthers. Now Florida losing to Tampa Bay in the playoffs by 6 games. Good series, and we all know what happened after that. The Lightning went on to win the Stanley Cup. -116 is the price here today on the Lightning, and we got Tampa Bay winning 4.08 to 2.8. The over/under at 6.89. 2-game win streak now for Tampa Bay, and so is Florida. Florida coming off a 5-1 win over the New York Islanders. So this is going to be a great game. I do like Florida in this one. I think Florida, losing in 6 could have a little bit of a revenge spot. But, Tampa Bay coming off a 2-1 win. And if you look at Tampa Bay's last 2 games against Detroit, but for some reason, Detroit always gives the Lightning a rough time. They were down by 3 goals twice in that game, and they came back to win in overtime 7-6. But I think Florida is the play here tonight. Washington against Colorado, 2-1 loss to the Lightning in overtime. And I do like Washington here against Colorado. Pittsburgh, watch out, man. Pittsburgh, for some reason I shied off Saturday night against Chicago. I wish I didn't. There's something about this Pittsburgh team right now getting Jeff Carter, and I heard the head coach talking about Carter, the presence he brings in the room, the leadership, and whenever you get a guy like Jeff Carter comes in, very quiet guy, leader, he makes players around him better and grow, right? I think Pittsburgh is going to really surprise some team in the first 20 games of the year. That's one of my measuring sticks, right? Anytime I handicap hockey, the first 20 games of the year to get a really good feel if I think that they have a shot at the Stanley Cup. In the first 20 games, you get a good, because think of it, in 20 games, half those games at home, half are on the road, most likely. It could be a 40-60 or 45-55 ratio to home to road ratio. But I think first 20 games, always a good reading on those teams. Pittsburgh tonight, good value, -132. I do like Pittsburgh here tonight. Vancouver taking on Buffalo. I think Vancouver is, a pretty good hockey team. They're 1-2. I'll have to take a look at some of their losses. I know the loss against Edmonton, that was a close one. And then they lost 3-1 to, in fact, let me go to my Vancouver card here. I think they played Philly, right? They lost to they beat Philly. That's right. That was Thatcher Demko. Thatcher Demko, if he gets the starting goal here tonight, he's a very good goalie. He's unconfirmed. And Greg Anderson. I do like, man, you know what, though? Buffalo's looked pretty good in the first 2 games, right? I know they had their issues last year. Jack Eichel, I'll have to look into that, what's going on there. But this is a tough one. I think I like Vancouver. I just don't want to lay 167. I think the line's a bit overvalued. If you do like Buffalo, they're 2-0 to start the year. You're getting value on the Sabres. And Anderson is a veteran goaltender coming off a 2-1 win. They found a way to win, right? Even though I think they outshot the Coyotes in that game. But they found a way to win. But Vancouver's a tough game. This is a tough one here. Columbus taking on the Red Wings. I like the way Detroit's been playing the first couple of games. They're 1-1 on the year. Could be 2-0 if they didn't blow those 3-goal leads against Tampa Bay. And Columbus, they're also pretty good out of the gate. They're 2-0. And I do like Columbus here in this spot against Detroit. Let me see, 2.65, 2.3. But I think getting Columbus at dog money is pretty good. Chicago taking on the Islanders. I like the Chicago Blackhawks here in this spot. I know they've been getting smoked of late on the road. They've had a tough go. You look at the Chicago Blackhawks first couple of games. They go in Florida, and or is it Tampa Bay? No, I think it was Florida they played, right? And let me see here. Let me go take Chicago. Yeah, no, Avalanche. Okay, 4-2, and then 4-3 against it was the Islanders that played Florida. Okay, so Chicago 4-2 against Colorado, 4-3 against Chicago, and then 5-2 against the Penguins. Now, if you remember this game, Colorado was 4-0 in the first period. This was the Avalanche came out smoking hot in the first period, but then Chicago shut it down. Chicago at home, though. Chicago at home is a different. I'm hoping they're going to see a different team here today. I think you're getting good value here on the Chicago Blackhawks at plus 110 about. And they're on 2 days rest, 3-game losing streak. They could be gripping the stick a bit tonight too. LA taking on the Predators. I love the Predators. Again, that system, any NHL favorites coming off a 1-goal loss, 3-1 on the year. And if you look at the last couple of years, it's sitting at about 65%, 70% system. It's a really good system. I do like Nashville. Minnesota, Winnipeg. Winnipeg 0-2 to start the year. Minnesota 2-0, 3-2 victory against the Kings. Minnesota looking good out of the gate. And I do like the Wild here tonight, minus 152. Fair market value, I guess. And the last game of the night, Edmonton against Anaheim. Anaheim winning 3-2. The Ducks are now 2-1 to start the year. We'll see if that's fool's gold or not. Last 3 games for the Ducks have gone under the total, and the Oilers 286 price tag. Not going to touch that game. So if you're going to play one game here tonight, folks, I think Nashville minus 141 is the play of the day. All right, how we doing on time? 55 minutes, perfect. All right, any questions before we log off here today for a Ruby Tuesday? Let me see here, Ruby Tuesday, October 19th. And if you guys don't have any questions, then we'll call that. We'll make it a wrap. And again, don't forget, make your picks at hockeypicks.com. Go in there, make your selections. Follow the top hockey pickers. There's Isaiah. NBA starts today. Hey, yeah, we're on it, Isaiah. We're on it, buddy. Golden State plus 3.5. Golden State plus 3.5. Houston is the lean of the day in Major League Baseball. And for hockey, it's the Nashville Predators. Sniper, I had a unit on LA, but came back. And also, don't forget, check out our new sponsor here at ATS Stats. In fact, I thought, how come we can't see the... let me see here. Let me see if I put the video capture. Okay, let me see here. We should be able to see the banners of our new sponsor here. I don't know why we're not seeing it. I'll have to do a check here. Let's see here. Check the... All right. But anyways, check out Thrive Fantasy. If you go to their website, thrivefantasy.com, or get it into the App Store. And if you if you sign up, you get 100% matchup bonus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix the banners. The banners didn't show up today. That's disappointing. Yeah, normally the banners show up, but we'll get that going for tomorrow for sure. But Thrive Fantasy, and I'll put in the chat box right here. Thrive Fantasy app or .com, and you get 100% match bonus by using promo code ATS. And if you use the ATS as the promo code, they will match your bonus. And player prop. So if you want to do player props, and it's interesting. You know, like if you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo today, over under 35 points and assists, you think it'd be over under. And if you like player props, check out thrivefantasy.com. All right, folks, for a Ruby Tuesday, this was a good show. We covered a lot. And again, we're all about quality over quantity. And if you do enjoy the show, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are interested in the membership here at atsstats.com, sign up today. Use promo code OCT25, OCT25. And you can get 25% off your next membership right here at ATSstats.com. You see right here, OCT25, and you will get 25% off your next membership. And you get my beer and pizza money picks, and along with the rain report, the computer picks. And don't forget, check out our new free stats feature here on the front page. Go to, let's say we go to NHL. Click on the NHL. You'll see the free stats show up right here. And then if you go to any of the games, let's say we go to Tampa Bay, Florida. And I'm going to have to talk to the programmer, see why the trends aren't showing up. Stats and trends. Are they showing up at the bottom? Nope, not showing up. So actually, you know what? Before we go, let's take a quick look at the stats and trends for the old 80% Club, NHL. Let's go NHL. And let's take a look at some of the stats and trends. So look at this one. Pittsburgh, home or away versus Central Division team, the last 15. 12-3 straight up. Tampa Bay, home or away, total 6.5 for 7, 80% to the under. San Jose as a road team versus Montreal. Look at the under, 2-12-2. And Montreal as a home team versus San Jose, yeah, same thing. Minnesota as a home favorite, and the total is 5.5 and 6, 7-3 straight up, but 8-2 to the over. Pretty good trend right there. And let's leave you on this note right here. The Minnesota Wild as a home favorite versus division opponent during the month of October. 16-3, last 19, and those are your trends are your friends today for a Ruby Tuesday. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your day, and as always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back tomorrow. Hasta la vista, baby. See you mañana.